Good vibes, good tunes, good times. Whenever you are hanging with E.
Years passed, and I met a few musicians in Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn at the time. A musician named Carlos Cornett and Bill Barron, saxophone player, and they lived in my neighborhood. There were quite a few musicians who lived in Brooklyn. I had a little car. When I stopped driving a little while and started to walk, I learned that I was living in a musician full of musicians, and I would always go and see them play at all the time. They were all professional. Quite a few of them had records and stuff like that, so I knew who they were. And I would go down and see them play in a little nightclub called the Blue Coronet in Brooklyn, and another place called the Studio O. And I would go to Manhattan every now and then, very seldom, but I would go every now and then to the Birdland and the Fire Spot, and I would get a chance to meet a lot of famous musicians. And I would spend my time mostly in Brooklyn, period. And so I had enough jobs that there was nothing else to do with those jobs you could get those days. So I decided to play music. And I would run into musicians on the street who remember me from college, remember me from the military, and they brought me into the world of music back in New York City. Do what was happening now, and I enjoyed that because of what it was. And I was very connected with that because of where I moved my boys out to Queensbridge when they were little babies. And they became hip hop artists, and they seemed to take in that world, all of it, the whole world. It was more real to me than all the other music that I've been involved with. And I've been around them and watched them go from A to Z with that. And there's quite a bit of that music that I can really relate to. It's like odd to me in a lot of ways because I did appreciate him lyrically, but not as much as his fans do. Maybe because of my son, I heard him say "Mama" and "Daddy," and they're the most important words he ever said to me. But I still like his music. I can hear things in his music. You understand what I'm saying? The things that backs up his lyrics. I still have a thing for his in music, how it comes out. And I didn't think I was going to like it when I heard it, but I did come to him on his first record. I did on Sound or whatever, on his first record, and I just liked the idea that he was musical. Mm-hmm. And I also enjoyed the things that he talked about. I didn't think I would, but since I listened, not much of it, but some of the things, it made a lot of sense because he told stories about the family and things like that when he was a kid, and I thought that was kind of unique because of the things he was saying. I knew he was saying the truth, and some things he was saying that people would not understand unless you knew what he really was talking about. I did know what he really was talking about, and it made a lot of sense to me because it was reality to me. Yeah, even though if I didn't think that he should have said the things he said them. Without worrying about what I was going to think about them or what the world was going to think about him. He said them because that was really him. Good. It was very natural, and it seemed like it should have happened. And it did happen, and I was very satisfied with all of the stuff we did. We didn't try to use father and son like that. If that was the case, we would have done many records together.
Right.
And it was, and people wanted us to do that, but there's some kind of way that we didn't. He's a different kind of man, so am I, and we the same man at the same time. I never tried to push that, and neither did he. And that was a good thing, because that's the way we really are. The things we did together, a few things we did together was just enough.